Sweethearts with some strong defense up front, but not enough to hold back Kankersaur. She is out first as lead jammer. Both teams trying to find a way to keep Central Michigan's jammer from scoring any points. Now, if this is your first time at a roller derby game, in order for the jammer who wears the star to score points, they have to pass the opposing blockers upright and inbounds. Can't quite see who it is yet. And sneaking through on the outside, we have number 18, Reckless for Central Michigan Mayhem. Sweethearts are working hard through that defense at the front. Sly Ash Kitty trying to find her way through, and she is eligible to score points on this next pass. Reckless making sure she did not incur any penalties on that track re-entry there. Sweethearts finding their way through, picking up their first 4 points of the game. Looks like Central Michigan may be having some penalty trouble. On track with 50+ bottles and can selections. Make sure you go enjoy a great meal and a family-friendly environment. Speaking of family-friendly, we have some more action on the track. Central Michigan establishes lead jammer with only 2 blockers on the track. Jinx trying hard to stay inbounds using those toe stops. A little bit of chaos on the track right now as both teams are trying to reform and keep those jammers from scoring those points. Kankersaur working through that defense at the front of the pack as Jinx is making her way through the back half. Both teams have 1 person in the penalty box at this time, so it's a 4-on-4 start, or 3-on-3 start, excuse me. Sneaking through on the outsides, number 77 for Central Michigan, Honey Bather. Followed not far behind by Instigate from the Sweethearts roller derby team. Just about 5 minutes into play here, we have Central Michigan in the lead with 18. Sweethearts on the board with 4, as Betty Micho Assets is lead jammer for the Sweethearts roller derby. Quite a chase between her and Pete Diggity. Aiming for the Sweethearts, we have number 20, Hook-Handed Helen. Helen is a recent transfer to the Sweethearts roller derby. Nice attempted defense by number 46, drawing a track cut for Central Michigan's jammer, giving Hook-Handed Helen a power jam. Now, if you don't know what a power jam is, raise your hand. All right, let me explain. Power jam is when the opposing team's jammer is in the box for at least 30 seconds. This means that the Sweethearts are the only eligible scoring player on the track. So Hook-Handed Helen is going to take as much advantage of this opportunity while her opponent is in the box. We have Kankersaur for Central Michigan jamming against Sly Ash Kitty, number 2-3. fantastic job gaining lead jammer. Dutch doing her diligence, taking Central's jammer back, and has earned a track cut, giving once again our newly educated fans the awareness of lead jammer and a power jam. Now during this time, Central Michigan's going to do everything they can to hold back that jammer, and the Sweethearts are going to do their best to play some offense. If anyone's here from Alma Optics and you'd like to clean my glasses for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Although I'm not sure these indentations are going to come out.
Let's go, Sly!
Nice defense by Sly Vixen. Holding back Blaze of 40, trying to get through that floor wall. Betty giving some offense. Blaze of 40 making her way through as Kankersore comes in hot to the back of the pack. Lots of coaching from the teammates and bench on that one. Now I thought Payne Digby was lead jammer, but it looks as though Dutch Diva claimed lead as Payne was trying to sneak out on the outside. Dutch is playing some defense on the opposing jammer. Snuck through on the inside there. Looks like we have Reckless from Central Michigan going up against Sly Ash Kitty. And Reckless is out first for lead jammer. Nice defensive play by Honey Basher. Sweethearts doing their best to hold back Central's jammer. If you like what you see, Mayhem begins their yearly Learn to Skate event, Freshie February, on Sunday, February 2nd at 11 a.m. here at the Pins Bar and Grill. Out first on the inside is Payne Diggity from Central Michigan Mayhem. Openator giving some nice defense on the inside, really protecting that inside line. Sweethearts trying to get their play together as Betty unfortunately learns a direction of gameplay, which will earn her 30 seconds in the penalty box as Payne Diggity takes advantage of that chaos and picks up 4 more points. And a cheap fitted mouth guard. Nice offense by Helen on the Sweethearts as she pushed out the opposing team's jammer. Although Kankersore is having none of this. Now what you see is Helen has gone to the opposite side of the track and Kankersore is refusing to come back in until Helen figures out if she's going to go to the front of the pack or the back of the pack. Until then, we stand here and watch the strategy unfold. Helen received a signal from her bench coach. And now that she is back into the engagement zone, Kankersore breaks Sweethearts defense, becoming lead jammer. Nice defense by Blaze of Glory in 1-2-0. As unfortunately, Elliott Reed earns a forearm penalty. Sweet. Both jammers trying to find their way through, and we have number 2, Ithaca as lead jammer for the Sweethearts. Pink Diggity coming up strong behind. Sweethearts decide to hold that jam, call it off. Looks like our timeout is over, returning back to gameplay. Getting lead jammer for the Sweethearts is Siren Sea Pearls. This is Siren's first time jamming tonight. Let's give her a round of applause. Nice attempted defense by Central Michigan, but not enough to hold back the Sweethearts. On the jam line, we have Pink Diggity for Central Michigan. A little love and offense from Jinx on the Sweethearts. Unfortunately, Central Michigan is going to earn a penalty, giving the Sweethearts another power jam. Both teams doing a great job. Central Michigan trying to hold back Jinx. Sweethearts trying to give the perfect offense. The slide vixen gives some nice hits out there to Jinx. Jinx is out and through, looking at her bench for what to do. Jinx deciding to play it safe, aware of their surroundings, calling how to avoid altercation, and when necessary, to use force to end the attack, including deadly force when necessary. Speaking of deadly force, Betty using her force to come out as lead jammer. Kankersor coming up. We have Brett Liz out first as lead jammer for Central Michigan. As Siren Sea Pearls is reorienting herself to find her way through the pack. Kicks is assessing a penalty to Central Michigan's jammer, giving the Sweethearts a power jam once again. Nice job by Siren Sea Pearls absorbing that hit by all right, now we have both jammers who are going to be in the penalty box. When both jammers head to the box, that means that the first jammer only has to sit until the opposing jammer sits down. This also means the Sweethearts jammer is only going to have to sit as long as the other jammer was in the box. Brett Liz working hard to stay in on the outside, unfortunately is forced out by number 13, Jinx on Central Michigan. Brett Liz sneaking through on the inside, picking up 4 points for Central Michigan. Sweethearts are back at full strength with their jammer on the track, looking to find their way through. 4 more points picked up for Central. Official timeout here, 31. Still a very close game. Central Michigan starting out with the only eligible jammer on the track. Payne Diggity doing an excellent job making sure that she stays upright and in bounds. Sweethearts doing their best to reform their defensive moves in front of Payne Diggity at the front of the pack. Nice job by number 46 on Sweethearts. That's Blaze of 40. Betty is your pivot, who has now taken the stars we just learned is eligible to score points for the Sweethearts roller derby team. Jam is live. Sneaking through on the inside is number 26, Instigate. Unfortunately, number 20, hook-handed Helen earning a forearm penalty. After the game, Sweethearts attempting. Sweethearts are down to 1 blocker, Central Michigan to 2. Keeping those penalty trackers real busy in that box. Now the cool thing about this is there was a big hit by number 20, hook-handed Helen. Both teams are down blockers, but at full strength with jammers. We have Sly Ash Kitty jamming for the Sweethearts roller derby. As we have number 77, Honey Basher, out as lead jammer for Central Michigan. Honey Basher picking up 4 easy points there. Sly Ash Kitty not far behind. Both teams starting to regain some members on the track as Central Michigan is now up to 3 blockers. Big hit by Honey Basher. Nice job stepping over and staying in bounds, scooping up those points. Tickets. Remember that a portion of the proceeds for tonight will go to the Mid-Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force. Out first jamming, we have Siren Sea Girls, number 0 from Central Michigan. Bakaya and Calamity, number 56, not far behind. Excellent work for Sweethearts scooping up those 4 points. We have Cankersore for Central Michigan. Sweethearts attempting to play some offense off the line, jammer on jammer. Unfortunately, it looks like Smashire Cat has been assessed a penalty. As Cankersore is challenging the Sweethearts defense. We have number 0, Siren Sea Pearls, trying to find her way through the Central Michigan defense. Doing a little one-on-one dancing with Sly Vixen. Sly Vixen is a longtime member of Central Michigan Mayhem. Kankersaw getting some nice offense on the outside by number 77, Honey Basher, letting Central pick up 4 more points. Sweethearts unfortunately picking up a direction of gameplay penalty. As the Sweethearts Jammer is taking everything they can to get around that track. Kankersaw's coming up fast behind. Big hit by number 0 on the Sweethearts, giving some jammer on jammer offense. Sweethearts working really hard to try to get that Central Michigan jammer out of bounds. Central Michigan Mayhem is always the jam timer raising their hands, counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jamming for the Sweethearts, we have 1, 2, 0, Betty, Beat Your Assets. We also have number 44, Kankersaw for Central Michigan. They have come out of the pack as lead jammer. Nice defense by number 23, Sly Vixen. Not quite enough to hold back Betty Beat Your Assets. Kankersaw calling off the jam. We have number 0 as lead jammer, Siren Sea Pearls. Ping Diggity jamming for Central Michigan. Nice job by the Sweethearts reforming to the front of the Calamity jamming for Central Michigan. Going up against 3 of the Sweethearts blockers. Jinx from the Sweethearts trying to find a way on the outside. Forced out by Sly Vixen. Nice run back by number 46. Blaze a 40 from the Sweethearts. Both teams doing an excellent job recycling these jammers to the back of the pack. Sly Ash Kitty looking for a dance from Cayenne Calamity. Both teams doing an excellent job keeping those jammers at bay. Force out by number 46, Blaze of 40. Unfortunately earns her a multiplayer block. Sweethearts picking up another penalty as Jinx is out first as lead jammer. In a 2-minute jam, that took just about 1 minute and 30 seconds for that jammer to get through the pack. That is a lot of physical labor. Jinx calling it off for Michigan. 3 points. Central 77, Honey Basher against number 20, Hook-Handed Helen. Massive asset trying to hold back the opposing team's jammer. Sweethearts, unfortunately, in some penalty trouble as Honey Basher only has to pass one opposing blocker to pick up all 4 of those points. Jamming for the Sweethearts, we have number 120, Betty Beat Yo Assets, against number 44, Cankersore from Central Michigan. Betty playing some defense off the line against that jammer. Blaze a 40 with a big force out on the outside, allowing Betty to be your lead jammer. Nice job by Betty sneaking through. I think that's Dutch Diva. Dutch Diva against number 77, Honey Basher. Honey Basher is out first with the jammer, but Dutch Diva is having no part of it. Both jammers sneak through the inside, picking up 4 and 4 as they race neck and neck. Honey Basher decides to call it off. Let's get some audience participation going on this next jam. So who here again is cheering on the Gaylord Roller Derby team, the Synergetic Sweethearts Roller Derby team? All right, now let's hear it for Central Michigan Mayhem. All right, now at this point, I want you to yell the name of the person that you're cheering for on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That was lovely. Looks like we have the Gaylord team, the Sweethearts, as lead jammer. Unfortunately, Central Michigan is in the penalty box, giving the Sweethearts a power jam. Sweethearts doing as best as they can to go as fast as possible and score all those points before the Central Michigan's jammer comes back on the track. Instigate trying to make her own holes on the inside there with some hip checks. As Helen derails the Central Michigan blocker. Sweethearts break through, picking up 4 more points. Coach says to call it off. Shout out to our photographers here this evening. Sally Rudy Photography. Thank you, thank you. We also have Greg Byers. And I think Jack Cunin, unfortunately, is ill this evening, but he's a regular here at Central Michigan as well. Ping Diggity's out first as lead jammer. Dutch Diva communicating to her team where to go. Trying to hold Ping Diggity at bay and not score any points. We have Siren Sea Pearls out in scoring position. Ping Diggity hold. Betty Beat Your Assets. Cankersore working hard to get through that pack at the front. Betty once again finding her way through, scooping up 4 more points. points. Sweethearts assessed a direction penalty as Kankersaw makes their way out of the pack. Each pass. Let me see those fingers. How many? 4. So, if we do a little bit of math, which I know is everyone's favorite, it only takes 3 laps for Central Michigan to tie the game. Central Michigan losing a blocker to the sin bin as number 77 Honey Bashers collecting 4 more points. Sweethearts with a successful star pass to number 26 Instigate. Looks like Central Michigan's jammer unfortunately picked up a penalty, giving the Sweethearts pivot / jammer, again number 26 Instigate, an option to score more points. Nice force out by Sly Vixen. Lots of communication from both benches. Honey Basher sneaking her way through on the inside. Now, once the lead jammer gets a penalty, that means that the jam is going to go the whole 2 minutes. Nice shoulder hit by 77. Skates, playing offense and defense at the same time. Central Michigan picking up a back block penalty, giving the Sweethearts what type of jam? Power jam. Nice job, everybody. Siren Sea Pearls out collecting those 4 points. Sweethearts are back at full strength. Sweethearts trying to play some offense. While doing so, Dutch Diva says, all right, Ping, I'm going to let you go this time. Team, let's give them another round of applause for driving down to Ithaca tonight to play against Central Michigan. Central Michigan, your home team, still with the lead at 110. But the Sweethearts not far behind at 109. Kankersaw is your lead jammer as Sly Vixen tries to play some defense on Betty Beat Yo Assets. She's having none of it. Kankersaw doing an excellent job bouncing off those opposing blockers, getting every point they can before calling it off. Tonight, when there is a tie score, that is another opportunity for you to partake in your beverage. Dutch Diva out first as lead jammer for the Synergetic Sweethearts. Unfortunately, number 40, Pink Diggity with a track cut, giving Dutch Diva a power jam. Somebody's asking for guacamole. I'm always down for an avocado. As Siren swinging her pearls is out as lead jammer. Oh, looks like unfortunately the Sweethearts have earned a penalty, so this is going to give the Sweetheart or the Central Michigan the power jam they've been hoping for. This is going to give Pink Diggity lead jammer. Sweethearts with a sweet attempt at stopping Pink Diggity, but she's too sly on the inside. Kangaroo trying to get through the front of the pack. Sweethearts, Siren Sea Pearls, sneaky coming out from the penalty box, skating really hard, forcing Kangaroo to call that off, keeping both teams scoreless at 0-0. And the very busy, very lovely penalty trackers in the penalty box. Let's give them a round of applause. They've had some activity tonight. Beautiful takedown by Sly Vixen. Sly Ash Kitty may have been in bounds, but plays it safe and recycles to the back of the pack. Beautiful toe stop action. Staying in bounds once more. Pink Diggity is not your lead jammer. Now sometimes that happens. The first jammer out of the pack may not necessarily become lead jammer. Unfortunately, this confusion has caused Pink Diggity to go to the box, as Pink was not lead jammer. In order to be a lead jammer, you have to pass all opposing blockers while they are upright and in bounds. Michigan still holding the lead. Sweethearts at full strength. Betty Micho Assets is out as lead jammer. Betty spreading the pack out, passing all three blockers to get those 4 points. What will Betty do? Betty decides to call it off and play it safe within such a short gap. Could not have asked for a better matchup. Number 2-0 from the Sweethearts jamming against number 44, Kangaroo for Central Michigan. They are out first as lead jammer. Helen almost forced out on the inside, stays inbounds. Kangaroo all the way through the pack, calling off the jam, get back to picking up 4 points. Let's get this game rolling. Jamming for Central Michigan's number 77, Honey Basher. Out first is number 0, Siren Sea Pearls from Gaylord Synergetic Sweethearts. Siren trying to find a way through before Honey Badger gets there. Looks like both teams picked up 2 more jams left in this game.
Let's go, Sly!
Sly Vixen wearing the star for the first time tonight. And beautifully sneaks through on the inside. Not far behind is hook-handed Helen, number 20. Helen trying to get those hips past anyone. Unfortunately, looks like they're a little tangled there. Nice defense by Sly Ash Kitty, holding Kankersore back. Betty BHOS that's right behind. Now this is another one of those jams where who we thought was lead jammer was not lead jammer. Right now we're showing Sweethearts as your lead jammer. Jinx is jamming for SSRD up against 77 Honey Basher. Out first is number 77 for Central. Sweethearts unfortunately smashed by her cat, getting a penalty. Jinx working hard to get some points up on the board. Looks like she's going to pick up a few. Keeps going. Honey Basher calls for both teams. All right, this is going to be your last jam of the game, everyone. Kankersore jamming for Central Michigan and is out first as lead jammer. Not far behind is Siren Sea Pearls, unfortunately earning a penalty. Central Michigan, taking the high road here, decides we're already winning, we're going to just call it off. Let's give both teams a round of applause. Now remember,